out in Springs, Brakpan and Benoni after Eskom's Motor East substation went up in flames. The cause of the fire and the extent of the damage will be established only once the fire is extinguished. Our reporter Nkosazana Dambuza is there and joins me now for this conversation. Nkosazana, please take us through exactly what do we know so far about this fire?
Indeed, Faith, the Motor East Eskom substation caught fire earlier this afternoon. And from pictures seen on social media, this substation was absolutely engulfed in flames. But I'm just going to show you here that the city firefighters have managed to quell the fire, which is believed to be the reason for the power outage in Motorbi, Brakpan, Benoni and surrounding areas. It is absolutely dark here. There are no lights at the moment because there is no power supply in these areas. And Faith, I can tell you that I can even still smell the smoke in the air, you know, from the fire. And Eskom technicians as well are on site. They're conducting inspections, but so far they're not allowed to talk to the media to confirm the extent of damage that has been dealt to this substation. All we know so far is that the cause of the fire is unknown at this moment. We've been told to stop and that we cannot move into the substation, but we understand that yes, there was indeed a fire. At the moment, really, I cannot see any signs of damage, but I can certainly smell, you know, the smoke in the air. That is proof that indeed there was a fire here. And I will tell you as well that the residents of Motorbi, Brakpan and Benoni, who are without lights tonight and will unfortunately have to go to bed without electricity, are very unhappy. I've been reading some of the comments online. You know, they're complaining and pleading for the city of Ekurhuleni to restore their power supply by the time that they go to bed. But of course, we do not have confirmation of whether the city will be able to do that in time, Faith.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying that you can smell the smoke in the air. Nkosazana, does that mean that the fire now has been contained and all we're seeing right now are just the after effects?
Absolutely, Faith. I can confirm that the fire has been contained. Let me just step out of shot perhaps and ask my colleague to once again show you the substation on my right. You can see there that there are no signs of any flames at the moment. There are firefighters, though, that are still spraying water towards the substation, just probably making sure that all the flames have been put out completely. I'm just going to ask my colleague maybe to move a little bit closer there and show you some of the firefighters on the scene there. They're just making sure that all the fire and all the flames have been put out. But definitely, it definitely seems to have been contained.
When you're looking at and observing the actual situation, Nkosazana, and I know that you're saying that officials cannot speak to you as yet, but can you see anybody who has been injured? Are there any injuries or any people needing any form of medical assistance?
No, at this moment, there are no signs of any persons who have been injured. In fact, there are no signs of even paramedics on site. So I guess that is a good sign in this instance, Faith, that nobody has been injured.
Sure. We're definitely going to be keeping a close eye on the developments there. Have you managed to speak to any residents, Nkosazana? Just, I mean, you're saying that on social media they're just calling for some kind of help. And when it comes to these kinds of situations, we know that it could either last the entire night or it could last a day or two. Any form of words so far from the city of Ekurhuleni regarding when they are anticipating for power to be restored?
No confirmation as yet from the city of Ekurhuleni as to when power will be restored, but I will tell you that the residents are rather unhappy with the situation. In fact, when I arrived here on the scene, I saw some of them parked just across the street here, asking firefighters on scene what is happening and trying to understand the situation, because they are definitely frustrated having to go to bed and probably prepare for the next day as well without any electricity and no confirmation as to when their power will be restored.
Because I'm sure we'll keep quite a closer eye on the developments of that story. Thank you very much for giving us the latest on that. Our reporter, Nkosazana Dambuza. Well, on to this issue.